week we were canning stews. To be honest, I still haven't even put them away. This is actually just the next day after doing this. But I was making a different stew as well that we like to can, and so I'm going to talk about it. It's not a recommended canning recipe, so I'm not going to tell you to can it or anything like that. We do because we've done it before and it tastes great. But in the oven, this recipe as well will be posted up on our blog. But in the oven, I already have the start of it. And basically what I did is I browned some chuck roast. We cut everything down into bite-sized pieces, super small, just because that's what we prefer. But I browned chuck roast in a hot skillet with some oil or whatever you prefer to brown it, with flour, salt, and pepper, so it gets a nice crust on it. Then I added onions and basil, and then 2 cans of tomato soup with 2 cans of water, and that's it. Stirred it all together, then put it in a 350-degree oven for an hour. Now I am chopping up the carrots and the potatoes. Now I do also have this recipe written down in a canning book. Best thing you can do is any like different recipes that you don't have. Definitely write them down. But I also do have Ball's official canning and preserving books. Highly recommend getting these. I use them. I love them. I actually need to do more with these, but like I said, we usually stick with just the basics around here. But I do want to start doing more varieties. However, I need to finish up with these carrots because the base of that soup is about to come out of the oven. So now I have this one out of the oven, and I'm going to add in the carrots and the potatoes. And then usually you would put it back in the oven for an hour, but since we're canning it and it's going to spend at least almost an hour and a half in the pressure canner, I'm not going to worry about it because that stuff will be done in there. But it smells so good and it's so easy. It's such an easy recipe. Now there is a little water in here because I did rinse the veggies and I guess I didn't get all the water out. But that's okay. And then behind me in our pressure canner, we do have a batch of stew as well going already. It has been venting for 10 minutes. It's been venting for almost 10 minutes. You want to have a steady stream, and it's been doing that. You can't really see it, but it's there. Once the 10 minutes is up, we'll put the weight on there and wait till it comes to pressure, which is, for where we are located, for our elevation, it's 10 pounds pressure. So what I did is I wiped the tops, the rims of these jars with white vinegar. I just got a little white vinegar on a paper towel or a clean towel, and I wiped the rims with them. Then I put each a new jar lid and a ring on top. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually wipe the outside of all of these jars, just because I know some of the stew kind of spilled onto them as I was scooping them in there. So we're gonna do that and then just wait for our pressure canner back here to we have a lot going on still. So it is the end of my day for my day job, my main job. And in the pressure canner, we have our final batch of stew, and we got a ton of it over here. We got some that are still resting, so tomorrow I'll clean them all up and get them all labeled. But we're also, after this is done, which it is close to starting the timer, we are going to get started on canning some meat. This is gonna be the first time I've done it, and I've heard great things about it, so we're gonna try 2 different things this round. So first off, canning meat, doing this stew is really the only thing I've ever done in regards to canning anything with meat in it. So this is gonna be a trial, but the reason I wanna do it is because 1, it saves freezer space, 2, we'll still have meat in case of a power outage, and 3, why not? Why not have something on your shelf that's gonna last longer than being in the freezer? So, I have already cut up. Now, we did buy a lot of meat this last time we went to the grocery store for this exact reason. So we do have some in the freezer, but I have chicken cubed here. And then we're also gonna be browning some beef as well, some ground beef. So we're gonna be doing that. I have my pan over here already, so let's get to it. I will have to make a stop at the grocery store because unfortunately, Justin and the kids have left to go to a magic show, but since the canner was going and I didn't want to stop it and have to start it and be up again till like way past midnight, I said, I'm not gonna go, I'm gonna stay here and just keep rushing through. So we're gonna have to make that trip to the grocery store when Justin gets back. Now, we're gonna start browning this ground beef. So, come with me. So first up, we're just gonna get this sucker cut and get it going in the pan over there. One thing with pressure canning, make sure you check your elevation and you are pressure canning at the pressure for yours. Where I live, we are like, I think it's like 650 feet above elevation, so we're not very high at all. So for us, 10 pounds of pressure is all we need. I know if you're above 2,000 feet, you need to be at like 12 pounds of 12 psi, things like that. So make sure you are checking elevation whenever you are doing pressure canning. That is the most important thing you could do. But yeah, this is going. We have 76 minutes left on this, and then once this is done, then hopefully the ground beef and the chicken is already ready, but hopefully the ground beef will be done, and then we can throw that in and hopefully get at least one more batch done tonight. Oh, something exciting. So I'm still cleaning up everything today, but I ordered, because I've been wanting to make my own vanilla bean, and we used to have a place that sold a huge variety of different spices and whole spices and all that stuff, but it closed down. It was right next to Justin's dad's, or it was right near him. So Justin used to get his vanilla bean from there, but they closed down. So yes, I did order this from Amazon, but I'm super excited because we are going to be trying out vanilla. And the reason I want to do this now is because I do want to give some of it away for Christmas presents. We have 2 different varieties. So this first one, we have a Madagascar vanilla bean. These are, of course, from Madagascar. I did work on trying to make sure I was doing like the organic fair trade to the best of my ability. I did whatever I could to research it. But here we have Madagascar. And then I also ordered Tahitian. Now these ones, I wanted to try a couple of different varieties because I want to see what we like best. Justin, when I first met him, he had some that he had done, and he had Madagascar and Mexican, and he did 2 different types of each using vodka and then I believe brandy, and they were both really good,
for different things. So the Madagascar with the vodka was really good for dessert type things because it didn't add a huge, super strong flavor. Sorry, just heard something from the pressure canner. But the other one, the Mexican or either the Mexican or the Madagascar, those were both good. In the brandy, so good in pancakes and waffles. So good. So we're gonna try this Tahitian version and see how we like that. And I'm gonna try a vodka and a brandy. I want to find little jars for the Christmas ones, just because I want to give them like a test to get their opinion. And we'll do like 2, not a bunch, but we'll do 2 and see which one is better. We'll see. But that is probably going to be either later on in this video or the next video. Now we are on to getting the cans of chicken and the beef going. So in the cans that are gonna have the chicken, I just put a teaspoon of chicken bouillon powder, not the cubes, just the powder, and then a teaspoon of salt. Now we're gonna do that, and I'm probably gonna have about 2 of these quart jars of it, but we'll see. So that's why I'm doing just one at a time. You want to leave about 1 1/4 inch of headspace. And then now this is the ground beef. In these, I'm gonna put about a 2 teaspoons of salt in each one of these. To wipe the lines.
Now we have to label everything.
Maybe what if we could say I put it in the oven and part of it got burned? I got it black and white. Marie, come to me again. Gonna do this real
Keep
quick.
coloring though. Just keep coloring.
Okay.
Just keep coloring.
I like how you can move it with that. No, you can't. Alright. What should I have?
We are now getting to vanilla. So as I said before, we have a Tahitian and a Madagascar vanilla. And then, so we're making technically 4 different kinds. We're gonna use the 2 different vanilla beans. And then we have vodka and a spiced rum. I've heard good things about a spiced rum, so we're gonna try it and see how we like it. But then we're also doing this as Christmas gifts. So we are going to be doing all of the same things with those, but we're gonna be using these small, like 2 or 3 ounce bottles. In here, what we're gonna do is, I'll show you guys, but we're gonna basically slice the beans open and then cut the beans into thirds so that they'll fit into this bottle. And then we'll add vodka or spiced rum, depending on it. We're gonna do 6 of each kind for these. And then we have, for our own house, these big bottles. We are making more than we need of these small ones, but it's still gonna work. We're still gonna give them away as presents and possibly to friends and all that other stuff. But these take about a bare minimum of 8 weeks till they're ready. So it's a little late, but what we'll do is we'll just tell everybody, give it like another couple weeks after the new year, and they'll be ready to go. So let's get started. So first up, we're gonna do the Tahitian vanilla bean with the rum. All we're gonna do is split the vanilla bean down the middle. And then we're just cutting this one into thirds. And then we're gonna fill this up, and unfortunately, I don't have a funnel. That is smart enough to do. Perfect. And then put one of these nifty little caps on. And one done. To get rid of the section. Much heavier weights.
That's what I got you for.
remember that.
So whatever we don't use, we'll just give to Uncle Nate if your dad doesn't want it.
Do you only do it up to the top of the vanilla bean?
Nope.
You don't? About to there? Right
Yep.
to the line about.
Yeah.
As another Christmas present that we're doing for family and some friends, we are going to be making steak butter, which is one of my favorite things to make. So we're giving them some vanilla, different varieties, and then we're going to make this steak butter. Seriously, it's super easy. It's whatever you kind of flavor-wise you prefer to go in there. So I have 4 pounds of butter that we are going to be turning into steak butter so that we can give everybody some. So in here right now is some parsley. I have some thyme that I'm going to do a quick little chop on, as you can see. And then in these bags are all of like the herbs and the stuff that I use. But then we also have some chives that we're going to toss in here as well. So we're going to get that started first. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep up to date on what is happening at ZB Farms.